run with injuries for a while there, but that list seemed to grow a lot last week. How that was all travelling?
Yeah, look, it probably grew last week during the week as well. So it's sort of and just before the game. So you have those times during the course of the season, and sometimes you have them a few times. So you just got to be able to manage it. Fortunately for going through them, Josh Kennedy's hamstrings pulled up probably better than expected, which is good. I'm not sure whether he'll play this week or not, but he had a scan. It's a little bit inflamed, but certainly a lot better than what our medical staff thought. So that's a good sign. So we'll have to see how the week pans out. Sam Reid, Gary Rowan, Jake Lloyd, those guys, we'll see how they go on Wednesday. Obviously, they'll do a little bit today, but we'll see how they go mainly on Wednesday and make a decision then.
Naismith and Sinclair are a bit sore too, are they?
Yeah, Sinclair's okay with his ankle. Naismith got a knock to the side, so I'm not sure about him at this stage. We'll just have to wait and see, and we'll get a bit more information probably today and a bit more obviously again Wednesday.
What's your plan with Kennedy? Is he likely not to run this week?
He'll be running at some stage this week. Yeah, I mean we'll see. He won't do a lot today, but he'll be certainly running on Wednesday, and we'll see how he is on there and then.
He's such an important player to you, John. Do you err on this side? Do you err on the side of conservative, particularly a month or so out from finals?
Well, we've got to get there, and we need to make a decision on whether we think he's right or not. It's really there's very there's not black or white answers in these situations. You've just got to make a decision on, and it's a combination of the coaches, the player, the medical staff. Obviously, have a massive say in it. So you sit down and have a chat about it. But it happens every week. It's not just you probably know about this one, but it tends to happen every week where you make those decisions, and you hope to get most of them right.
Alex Johnson apart, is there an unluckier footballer than Gary Rowan?
Gary's played a bit of footy over the last 12 months, to be fair on Gary, so I wouldn't put him quite in Alex's case. So
he's had a lot of different injuries over the course of the years, hasn't he? He's missed a lot of games, I guess.
Yeah, he has. I mean, he played a fair bit last year. He played a lot of footy last year, and he had a delayed start this year, but he has played a bit more footy over the last couple of years.
Is Kurt Tippett right in the frame to make his long
yeah, there's a chance. Our reserves didn't play on the weekend, but they had a really good hit out on Friday. We'll have to wait and see how Naismith pulls up, and we'll make the decision based upon what we think is the best team for this week.
What have you made of his last month in the knee?
Who's that?
Kurt Tippett.
Kurt? I was really good the week before. He played really well and obviously didn't play on the weekend. So, look, he's feeling a lot better now. He's moving quite well. So, and a bit depends upon Sam Reid as well, his availability if he comes back into the team too. So, it's not about Kurt, it's about Sam and what the whole team looks like with and Naismith, those guys, and our general tools we'll look at when we find out most of the information on Wednesday.
What have you kind of identified most out of the game last weekend that you want to kind of improve for this week there?
Look, Hawthorn were very good. They played a really strong brand of footy. Their pressure was enormous, and they were really consistent. They had 22 really consistent contributors. We felt as though we didn't play as well as what we had been playing, and a bit of that's credit to Hawthorn because of how well they're going at the moment too. So we've got a few things to work on coming out of the weekend, and hopefully put those in practice this week. It's probably all areas of the game that we're just down a little bit on, but once again it's a bit of a credit to Hawthorn as well.
If Joey doesn't get up, how tempted would you be to run Callum Mills predominantly through that midfield instead?
I don't work on ifs on Mondays. I like to get a bit more information before, and that's just, and I don't say that lightly. I say that because every week you get to a stage where you're not sure what the team is. We don't have team selection early in the week these days because it's just no point. You don't really have all the information in front of you at all. We used to do match committee early in the week. We don't do it now because you haven't got all the information, and so we wait. And we have a few things in our head, but we don't spend a lot of time discussing it until we actually get the facts.
Would you see, on Callum, would you see him in future years sliding into that midfield more and more?
Oh, not necessarily. I mean, we can obviously, but it's pretty important to have a good half-backer as well. And that's only if you think you're a good, or you've got good players. They don't all have to play in the midfield. It's really important to have good half-backers as well. And we feel as though he's a good half-back as well. You know, he's a pretty good player there. We've got George Hewitt and others that can go through the midfield. Isaac and a few others.
You seem to miss.
Stadium, probably one of the toughest gigs in the AFL. You did beat them there last year. Does that give you some confidence, or do you just totally dismiss that?
We don't spend a lot of time thinking about what happened last week, let alone 12 months ago. It's sort of you know, the footy moves very quickly these days, and we know that what we do know is Geelong are in really good form. They're in you know, they're obviously at the top of the ladder. They're playing really good footy. They've got some good players. They'll probably make some more changes this week and bring some better players back in. But it's always respecting the opposition and making sure that we get our game right and improving a bit than what we were on Friday night.
Do you have an opinion on the Dangerfield tack?
I don't think it's probably appropriate if I have an opinion, opposition coach this week. It's probably not relevant for me to have an opinion. Some might think it's relevant, but I certainly won't be commenting on it.
And just on Paddy Dangerfield, I mean, should he play? How do you go about shutting him down?
Once again, yeah, you know, if he plays, you've got to be really good around the ball, and you know, he obviously Selwood, but they're a bit more than that as well. Those two are key players for them. There's no doubt about that, and every team relies upon your key players. We're no different, but they've got a really even team, and they're obviously playing on their home deck, so they'll have their tails up.
John, the 2-1 pretty fiery opening against the Hawks. Was that directly from you, or just something that the players took out there?
No, I mean it wasn't too bad. I mean you know, both teams there was a lot on the line. We got beaten by 6 points, so you know, we didn't quite get over the line. In the end, you know, you know, there's little bits and pieces here and there, but I don't think it was too bad.
What did you make of the kiss?
As I said after the game, I didn't see it. I've seen it since. I've got other things to worry about than the kiss. I mean, if Jared's quite entitled to feel how he felt, but I'm looking at a few other things.
No one ever planted a smacker on you during your playing days, I take it.
Have a look at this face. I don't think so, mate. This is not the face you want to be planting a kiss on.